What is up, my Eryizo bros? And oh my god, it's not a sun and moon video for once. Like, this is crazy. Anyways, not too long ago, I did a series on my channel called 5 Facts You Probably Didn't Know About Pokemon. And since it's been a fairly decent amount of time since the last one, I thought it was finally time to bring you guys 5 even more facts you probably didn't know about Pokemon. I'm hoping this video will teach you guys something you didn't already know about the games, but if it didn't, then you are definitely a Pokemon master. If you guys enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that being said, let's get started. When Pokemon Red and Blue came out for the Game Boy in 1996, developers Game Freak promised us we'd be able to collect 139 Pokemon without trading. But actually that's false. This is because they included Pokemon that you must choose between, i.e. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee in the Fighting Dojo, which, if you don't have someone to trade with, you can't actually obtain in one playthrough. Therefore, the true total of different Pokemon obtainable in one adventure without trading is 124, which excludes the 2 Unchosen starter families, 1 fossil family, 2 evolutions, Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan, and of course the 4 Pokemon that only evolve when traded. Also, another interesting fact to point out is that between the original 151 Pokemon, only 37 sounds were made because a lot of these cries were actually reused. There's no doubt that one of my favorite routes in the Pokemon world is Route 111. The music is great, the scenery is great, in fact, just about everything is great about this route. But did you know that Route 111 plays different background music depending on where in the route the player is? If the player's in both ends of the route, it plays Route 110, and if the player is in the desert, it plays Route 111. I know, really groundbreaking stuff here, but there's also another thing I'd like to mention. In Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, there are several trainers found in the desert mentioning how they were wearing go goggles to protect themselves from the sandstorm. Although, this doesn't really show up with their sprites, much like with the player. Well, in Oras, they decided to change that. The player's overworld model now depicts them wearing go goggles once entering the desert with them, while several NPC trainers complain about having sand in their eyes due to them not wearing go goggles. With the release of new Pokemon games, Pokemon Gold and Silver back in 1999, there were bound to be new Pokemon added as well, some of which can't actually be found in the Johto region. Despite being Generation 2 Pokemon, Houndour, Slugma, and Murkrow are actually native to Kanto in Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal. Houndour can be found on Route 7, Murkrow can be found on Route 7 and 16, and Slugma can be found on Routes 16, 17, and 18. Remember when I was talking about how great Route 111 is? Well, one of the things that makes Route 111 so great is the Mirage Tower. Interestingly enough, the Mirage Tower is likely a reference to, or at least largely inspired by, a tower by the same English name which appears in Final Fantasy for the NES. Both towers appear in a desert, are only visible under certain circumstances, and contain a spiral-shaped dungeon. The Mirage Tower in Final Fantasy also contains robotic leftovers from an ancient civilization called the Lufinians, much like the fossils found in Pokemon Emerald, which are the leftovers of an ancient Pokemon species. Coincidence? I think not. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's science time with Professor Eryizo. During my times playing through Pokemon Black and White, I always wondered why the heck is the evil team called Team Plasma? Well, plasma is a state of matter in which the negative electrons and positive nuclei that usually form atoms become pulled apart and separated. This is analogous with Team Plasma's ideology, which states that people and Pokemon should be separated from one another. When you think about it like that, it's a really genius play on Game Freak's part. Keeping this in mind will definitely help me out on my next physics test. Thanks, Game Freak. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more in the future, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and become an Eryizo today. If you want to see the previous 5 Facts video, click the annotation here. If you haven't seen my previous upload, click the other annotation on the screen to go check it out. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.